but pleasure to be here. Pleasure to be here, everyone. I'm going to say it again. Sandra here from Celebrity Cruises, because we just started the recording. I have the pleasure of being with Vacations for Canadians today, including owner Tina here. Hi, Tina.
Live from Miami.
I'm live from Port Credit in Mississauga, Ontario. Where are you?
I'm in Miami right now, sitting in a hotel.
Nice.
Just flew in from Costa Rica.
Very nice. That's
and
way
Matt,
ask
here. Matt where he is, if he can jump on. Tell us, Matt, tell us where you are. Nope, maybe he's having trouble connecting. I know he's on the Celebrity Silhouette right now, hosting a big group.
Yeah, he doesn't have a microphone yet.
Yes.
Very nice. Well, we are getting ready to start in just 6 minutes a Celebrity Cruises presentation with Vacations for Canadians. So stick around because I'm going to talk a little bit about the brand, but also go through all of the new destinations that we launched recently, because all of our itineraries are out until April of 2026.
And we've been holding out because we've known about them for a little while, but we're going to tell you why, and we're going to share them tonight.
Perfect. Perfect. Lots to talk about. Lots to talk about, everyone.
Yes, lots.
Perfect. All right. So again, live on Facebook, 5 minutes to go. It's a countdown. It's a countdown. Countdown. 5 minutes to the Celebrity Cruises presentation for Vacations for Canadians. I think once again, I'm Sandra from Celebrity Cruises.
And I'm Tina Dowd from Vacations for Canadians. And we are excited to have you all here. And we've got a lot to share with you. And we are still 5 minutes counting down.
And we already have,
soon.
I was going to say, we already have one comment on the Facebook Live from Lori, who says, I like the service on Celebrity.
Yay.
Very nice. In case you're just joining, what that is about is that I basically have asked all of you to comment on the live Facebook presentation right now. So in the comments, write your favorite thing about Celebrity Cruises, and Tina and her team are going to pick one winner. And that person, if they book a Celebrity Cruise or already have a booking, I'm going to add a $50 extra onboard credit.
Nice.
And onboard credit can be used for shore excursions, specialty dining, spa, all kinds of fun stuff. So just
all you have to do is make a comment.
A positive,
easy peasy.
Something that you like about Celebrity Cruises, so you can share it with everyone else listening. Perfect. All right, I think that we're going to get a lot more people joining us soon.
We are 4 minutes away.
That's right. And I will say that at the end, we are going to talk about a show offer that we'll have with Celebrity Cruises via Vacations for Canadians. And I'll do a prize giveaway at the end as well.
Oh, exciting. I don't even know about this one. Sandra.
We'll throw it in there. We'll throw in another prize at the end, everyone.
We'll throw it in there. Maybe I'll have to throw in something on top of that too then. Nothing like a little pressure.
I love that we're seeing all these different faces pop up right now. I don't know if they show live on Facebook, but we can see them. I love it.
Yes, yes. 3 minutes, everybody. We are live on Facebook. We are also on Zoom. I'm Tina Dowd, owner of Vacations for Canadians, and I am here with...
Hi, Sandra from Celebrity. Woo! I have Greece. I have Greece behind me. So this is Santorini, Greece, which is one of my favorite places ever. And so I am seriously craving some European, but especially some Greece right now. So my girlfriends and I have all booked in June of 2025. We all turned 50 next year, so we're actually going to do the Greek Isles cruise on the Celebrity Infinity.
You're just a baby, Sandra.
Oh yes, just such a baby, Tina.
I told everybody I turned 25 last week.
Yeah, there you go. Hey, you're looking really good. I think you can pass for 25.
Yeah, the white hair gives it away though.
There you go.
All right, we are 2 minutes away, Sandra.
2 minutes. All right, and you'll start, Tina, in 2 minutes?
Yes, I will.
Okay, perfect.
Yes, I will.
I do maybe ask that you mute everyone except for you and I in 2 minutes prior to the 2 minute chat. And let me know Yeah, and let me know when you'd like me to load my presentation as well.
Oh, Catherine, boarding the Beyond next Monday. Fantastic
Ooh.
ship. I love that martini bar space on the Beyond. It is amazing. Just a great hub of the ship. And we spent so much time there. It was just so much fun.
It was amazing. Tina may or may not have drank too many martinis.
That was on the Ascent.
Okay. My favorite
and it probably was on the Beyond too, Sandra. Let's be honest.
My favorite martini on Edge series used to be the dill pickle martini. They've I think maybe I talked about it too much that they discontinued it. Maybe it was over requested.
You drank all the pickle juice in Celebrity.
Oh yeah, 100%. Love
give up with
dill pickle martini. But now my new favorite is basil lime. So I love the basil lime martini. That's my favorite.
I had a Bananas Foster martini when I was on the Constellation last week. And I got to tell you, I had to get a water after one martini. I was like, woo.
It's good quality drinks. Good quality.
I'm a little bit of a lightweight.
Alcohol.
All right, we are 1 minute away, everybody in Facebook land and on Zoom here. We are about to go live. Well, we are live. We are about to start in 1 minute.
There you go.
Hey, Luke, how's it going? We got the Canadian Cruiser online.
Hello, Canadian Cruiser. And I just want to mention one more time before we start that if you are listening to this live on Facebook, make a comment in the comments, something that you love about Celebrity. Tina and her team are going to choose one winner to get a $50 extra onboard credit on their next Celebrity cruise.
Yep. The comment needs to be on Facebook, right, Sandra?
Yes, it needs to be on Facebook. Yes.
On the live event. Yes.
On the live event. Yeah.
Yep. It doesn't matter if you've already booked the cruise or if you do book a cruise after this event, you will be entered to get that $50 onboard credit just by putting a comment on that post. All right, well, it's 7 o'clock, so let's get started. So hello, everybody, and welcome. I'm in sunny Miami right now, which I'm sure some of you might be envious of, but you can make this dream come true yourself. So I am going to just get started with introductions here. So I'm Tina Dowd, owner of Vacations for Canadians. And tonight we have with us Sandra Pennington, who most of you probably know her. She is our beloved business development manager from Celebrity Cruises. And she is going to talk all things Celebrity tonight, including new itineraries. And as always, we're going to have a great show offer to end the event. So Sandra, take it away.
Perfect. Let me just load up my PowerPoint here. Make sure the sound is shared as well. It'll just take me a moment. Perfect. All right. So once again, thank you, Tina. I work really closely with Vacations for Canadians, the entire team. They're phenomenal. They're your advocates. They're going to put you on the right ship and the right destination, sending you on bucket list trips and take care of you from A to Z. I love that about them. And then even better is they do have a lot of great exclusive rates because they block group space and have access to group space, giving you the best deals as well, which is also important. So let's get started. I'm going to dive right into it. Tonight, I am going to cover a little bit on why Celebrity. I just want to tease you with our newest Edge series ships, including a video of the gorgeous Celebrity Ascent. And then let's take a whirlwind trip through all of our destinations because we did launch a new batch of deployment and our itineraries now go out until April of 2026. And we do have some great exclusive event promotions as well. So let's get right into it. I assume that probably a lot of you have been on the brand, but maybe there are a few of you on here who have never sailed on Celebrity. So I always like to give you information to know, that because all cruise lines are not created equal, where does Celebrity sit amongst all of them? Well, Celebrity is an award-winning resort at sea. We are a 5-star premium cruise line visiting over 300 destinations. We have 16 ships in the fleet, visiting 7 continents. And we were the first cruise line to partner with Forbes Travel Guide. And they have now rated 6 of our ships top Forbes Travel Guide ratings. And we're just in the process now of getting them on the rest of the fleet to give us ratings for that as well. So I love that. A few cruise lines have kind of followed suit since then, just a few, but they were really smart coming on board. We had them give us feedback, and they're the reason kind of pre-pandemic, they gave us a lot of great feedback that we implemented, which was things like speed up embarkation. From when you open embarkation, let the first person that boards the ship go directly to the room. So now, assuming there's no issues with immigration or customs, we literally, on 99.9% of the time, from the first person that boards, you can go right to your room. It's 90% ready, and it's about 10 to 20 minutes to board the ship on embarkation day. And then they gave us a lot of other feedback that we implemented as well, but really focusing on the service level for all of you. Now, we continue to focus on what's important for you. And of course, if I was to ask you all, probably the first thing you would say is destination. So you can discover up to 8 countries in one voyage. We do also have longer stays in port. For example, in the summer, Tina and I were on the Equinox and for a conference, and we did the ABC Islands, and it was 12 hours in Aruba, 12 hours in Curacao, 10 hours in Bonaire. So longer stays in port. When I go on my Greek island cruise next year with my girlfriends, it's actually 8 a.m. to 11 p.m. in Santorini, 8 a.m. to 11 p.m. in Rhodes, Greece. So longer days and lots of overnights as well. So when you're looking at our itineraries, often we give you 2 days to explore one beautiful destination. So you get two different days to explore, and then an evening to go out and explore as well, which is one of my favorite times to enjoy a destination. And there's often 1 overnight, 2 overnights, 3 overnights, or sometimes a double overnight. So look for those if you want to spend more time in specific destinations. We go to those popular ports that you all want to visit, but we also go to some that are off the beaten path as well. And then from a culinary perspective, Michelin-starred chefs behind the menu. Our global culinary ambassador is Chef Daniel Boulou, who's a Michelin-starred chef himself. And everything, if you don't know about it with cruising, is made from scratch on board, from the ice cream, the butter, all the desserts, the breads that come out. And there's a lot of restaurants on land that don't even have that. So mouth-watering, delicious culinary, and we win a lot of accolades and awards for our culinary. From a service perspective, I love that for every 2 passengers is 1 crew member on board, just giving that extra level of service. And also, it's very personalized. And on top of that, I love that our ships, there are some other cruise lines that have similar size ships as us, but they have a lot more passengers on board. So usually anywhere from 1,000 to 2,000 more passengers on a similar size ships, which means that our ships have a very good ratio of space to passenger, really giving you a nice vibe as you rock around the ship. You don't feel like you're in a crowded mall at Christmas. Now, if you go to a production show at night and they're phenomenal, of course, that's going to be full. But as you walk around the ship, super spacious, doesn't ever feel like that extra kind of crowded vibe. It's more like a 5-star spa vibe that I like. And then from a design, working with world-renowned designers and architects to create beautiful, comfortable spaces for you, and well-being immersed into the brand, whether it's you wanting to experience a 5-star spa, taking advantage of the 5-star gym, the great walking, jogging track, staying in a spa category called Aqua Class, and more. Love that about cruising. The entertainment on board is phenomenal. I think Tina and I mentioned the Martini Bar really is one of our favorite kind of social hubs for the drinks, but also the live music and more. But also the live music throughout the ship in general is phenomenal. It's one of my favorite things about cruising. And the production shows are state of the art. Really changed since I entered the industry back in 1997. So, we will rival what you can see in Las Vegas now, but sophisticated bars and lounges, silent disco. If you're on a ship, and they're on all of our ships, go to that. It's a lot of fun, but action-packed casinos and more. So you're not going to be bored. But the great part is that you can choose to participate in any of our given activities, or you could sit in the hot tub and enjoy a glass of wine. It's up to you, or sit at the Martini Bar. Now, we want to deliver the best vacation experiences, but we also want to do it responsibly. So we're part of the Royal Caribbean Group family, but Celebrity Cruises does have huge sustainability goals, which I love, to reduce carbon intensity and to also just become carbon neutral. It's coming. team of engineers and architects working on that now to create carbon neutral cruise terminals, carbon neutral ships, and more. So our plan is robust. And if you just Google Celebrity Cruises sustainability efforts, you'll see that all the efforts and plans that we have in place to make that happen. So very, very important to protect the world and the oceans that we sail on. Now, let's look at our fleet. We do have our newest series, the Edge series. I'm going to showcase the Ascent in a video in just a second. But we have 5 ships in the Edge series now, with the 5th one debuting next year. So she's still being built. That's the Celebrity Excel, and the Ascent having debuted last year. And these are award-winning ships. If you look at the top picture there, you can see the magic carpet. It really stands out on our Edge series. That's a platform the size of a tennis court that we do use to help make the tendering experience comfortable and chic, but also we'll move it up to the pool deck, and you can just, maybe a musician might be on board, but there's always a bar staff and you can enjoy the view. And it's a great view because it's cantilevering off the side of the ship. And on certain nights, we might move it up to deck 16, where we'll do a specialty dinner on the Edge with the moon on the water and a great menu. And they actually change up the full furniture. Now, we also have 5 award-winning Solstice Series ships. You can see that in the bottom left picture. And those are the ships that, when they debuted, was all the buzz because it had a lawn club on the top. And it is fresh green grass. We do have a gardener up there. And we'll do bocce ball up there, movies on the lawn, barefoot concerts. But also on 2 of the ships, there is a art glass studio. So you can watch it and make your own glass glowing. And also on 3 of the ships, instead of the art studio, the glass studio, it's a beautiful restaurant called the Lawn Club Grill, and it's open on sea days at lunch and every evening to eat out in the beautiful, moonlight on the water, or you're staring at Greece or the Caribbean or somewhere with grilled specialties. So it's a really, really cool restaurant. And then we have our Millennium Series ships. Now, these might be the oldest in the fleet, but they're well loved. And 2 of them, the Summit and the Millennium, were fully revolutionized. We're talking 40 million per ship, and gutted the staterooms, updated the Ocean View Cafe, the dining room, and more. And then I'm happy to announce that even though it wasn't a full revolution, we did put the Infinity through dry dock in January, and she did have updates to the staterooms and all the public areas. A lot of work was done with her, and the Constellation is going in March as well of this year. So giving them some extra love to keep all of our ships 5-star level. And then Galapagos, we do have 3 ships there year round. We're going to talk about that a little later. We're going to start with Edge series. And when we debuted Ascent last year, we had co-godmothers. So Captain Sandy Yawn from Below Deck and her sister were the godmothers of the ship. So we decided to have co-captains, and the captains there at the bottom, Captain Tassos and Dimitri, are Greek brothers. They're brothers. And so normally they have their own ship, but they are co-captains of the beautiful Celebrity Ascent. And they're not just captains, they're like full-on comedians. So follow them on social media. You'll see what I'm talking about. And then Captain Kate is on the Celebrity Beyond, our 3rd Edge series ship. And what I love about Celebrity is that we are all about fighting for gender equality. When I started on ships in 1997, I worked on ships for 9 years, it was 3% women working on board. And now Celebrity's almost at 40% fleet-wide. And our goal is just to be 50-50, but I am talking about in roles of captains and bridge officers and engineers and cruise directors and hotel directors and more. And Captain Kate kind of leading the way there that you see her. You should be following her on YouTube, Instagram, and also follow her cat, Bug Naked. I don't know if Bug Naked might have more followers than her, because this cat is taking you on adventures around the world on the ships that Captain Kate works on. So it's pretty cool. All right, and really the best way for you to showcase our beautiful ships is for me to share a great video on the Celebrity Ascent. And this is a video that is a drone that's going to take you through the entire ship and just showcase the beauty of it. So enjoy. Let's just start that video. Almost there, I swear. All right, there we go.
At Celebrity Cruises, we set out to be on the cutting edge. We reached the apex of perfection in innovation and design. We've gone beyond any others in the industry, and now we've achieved new heights. the pinnacle of bringing people together to celebrate the best in all of us, our passions, our families, our global community. We are always reaching higher. This is our ascent.
Say hi to the captains. Magic carpet. The rooftop garden. Okay, this might be another favorite spot. The Sunset Bar. Eden, beautiful lounge at the back of the ship. Okay, get ready for the martini bar. Amazing theater. Is that you there, Tina? Wave to the captains. Look at this beautiful pool. Beautiful art. Check out this octopus as they scroll by. Absolutely cool picture under that octopus. All right, I hope you enjoyed the video because it's a pretty cool ship. Just a great way to showcase it. And like I said, that was our 4th Edge Series ship. We do have the Excel debuting next year as well. Another little teaser. All right, so Excel is open, even though she's still being built. I want you to know that she is open from November of 2025 to April of 2026. Now, her first sailing is a 5-night, her maiden voyage, but then she's going to start doing Eastern or Western Caribbean 7-night itineraries, round trip Fort Lauderdale. On the Eastern, she's going to be going to Puerto Plata, Dominican, St. Thomas, St. Martin, and on the Western Caribbean, she's going to go to Bimini, Bahamas, Cozumel, Mexico, and Georgetown, Grand Cayman. Now, I am a huge fan of the Virgin Islands. I think St. Thomas is one of my favorite places ever. But if you've been there, I do recommend also maybe taking the ferry over to St. John, which is a Virgin Island right next door, but a 45-minute ferry ride, and it is a pristine national island. I'm such a huge fan. I got married there. That's how beautiful I think the beaches are. And then love me some Georgetown, Grand Cayman in the bottom right there, 7 Mile Beach, Stingray City, absolutely stunning. And my new favorite port in the Bahamas is Bimini, because we have a great beach club you can go to there, great water activities, and there's just one ship for the day with the locals and the people staying there. So love that. It's kind of a great beach day. So check Bimini out whenever you have a chance. All right, now when you are on the ship, you'll have a choice of accommodation. We do tend to have larger verandas than some of the other premium or contemporary cruise lines out there. And they're just great, beautiful staterooms, giving you a few images of what they look like. And on Edge series, it is a unique category called the Infinite Veranda, which is one of my favorites. So we've deleted the boundary between the room and the veranda. You can walk close to that veranda door and there's no barrier. The doors are open flush to the wall. And then with a push of a button, bring that window down and your whole room becomes the veranda. So this was my room when I was on the ship and I was actually doing a tour of it. So I added just a little Bob Marley to show you how beautiful the view is.
Sun is shining, the weather is sweet. Make you want to move your dancing feet to the rescue.
Really one of my favorite categories. And you can't go wrong with the Bob Marley. It puts me in the Caribbean mode. Now, if you want to treat yourself, one level up from veranda would be concierge class, and you have a concierge to utilize throughout the cruise. You get invited to an exclusive destination seminar, an exclusive embarkation lunch in the dining room, and also sparkling wine upon request, daily delectables delivered every day that you didn't know you wanted, things like that. And we do have our spa category aqua class with upgraded stateroom amenities. So on the interactive TV, there are spa amenities that you can order. And you have your own exclusive restaurant for breakfast and for dinner. It's called Blue, and it's a beautiful, intimate restaurant with amazing Michelin-starred chef menu and lots of healthy choices should you want it or not, but there is lots of healthy choices incorporated into it. And I love that you would also have access to a complimentary spa, whether it's the Persian Garden or Sea Thermal Suite, depending on the ship you're on, with saunas, hot beds, steam rooms, and more. And then if you want to treat yourself to the most luxurious category that we have, you would want to put yourself into a suite. Just talk to your Vacations for Canadians consultant, and you will have all suites. You'll have your premium beverage package included. You'll have your premium Wi-Fi included, and you'll have a beautiful, spacious suite and a butler team taking care of you 24/7. And you're going to have your own exclusive suite class restaurant, intimate and exclusive for our suite guests, and your own exclusive retreat lounge, open 24/7 with a bar and culinary and a retreat host taking care of you, and a great ocean view for you to enjoy. And on our Edge series ship and our Revolutionized Millennium and Solstice series, it also has a retreat sun deck as well. So it's worth asking about this category if you've never tried it and you really want to treat yourself to the most luxurious room that we have. It's worth the conversation with your consultant. All right, let's do a whirlwind tour. Are you ready? Because we are traveling all over the world. And again, like I said, our itineraries originally were out until April 2024, but we have launched May of 2025 through April of 2026, which is the focus for tonight. But of course, you can book 2024, you can book 2025, and you can book right up until April of 2026. The question is, where do you want to go? What's on your bucket list next, right? Well, let's start in the Caribbean, which, in Canada, it's a bit of a weird winter this year here in Ontario, but you could be anywhere from Canada. I hear it's kind of cold in Vancouver right now. My colleague Chad told me that today. But we're all kind of trying to get out and enjoy some vitamin D or some vitamin C, SEA. It's been, even though it hasn't been particularly super cold here in Ontario, it has been very grim and dark. I will say that. So I have been craving some Caribbean myself. And in 2024, look at this, we have 8 ships in the Caribbean. So if you haven't yet booked for this year, certainly speak with your consultant about it. But in 2025, we have 9 ships in the Caribbean. So we've got you covered for Eastern Caribbean, Western Caribbean, and Southern Caribbean, whether you want to do 3 nights up to 12 nights, or very popular is to do 7-night back-to-back-to-backs, or you could keep going. If you want to do back-to-back-to-back-to-backs, I'm not against that, right? And stay a little longer on the ship. And often you can do at least 2 itineraries that don't repeat themselves if you want to turn it into a 14-night. So lots of great choices for you there. depending on what you're looking for, all throughout the Caribbean. On a 10-night, often there is an overnight as well. And on some of our itineraries, we do have a beautiful beach day in Coco Cay. And there is an adults only area in this beach area now, which is fantastic. My favorite is to rent a cabana over the water, with friends and enjoy like the service and the drinks and the food doing that, or go to the adults only beach area. And then if you do want to utilize the water slides, the water activities, you could do that as well. So there is a lot to do, whether you want to relax or be active all day, or maybe a little bit of both. If you see Coco Cay in the Bahamas, it's a great choice. I personally am looking forward to going to Coco Cay in May. I'm on the Reflection and be visiting it. So the first thing I'm going to do is check out the adults only area for sure. So check that out. Then 9 ships in the Caribbean in 2025 into 2026, including the Excel, again, mentioned that earlier, out of Fort Lauderdale, the Apex out of Port Canaveral, the Ascent out of Fort Lauderdale, the Beyond out of Miami, the Constellations out of Tampa, and then also the Eclipse, Reflection, Silhouette, and Summit out of Fort Lauderdale. So 4 Edge Series ships in the Caribbean. And again, every Western Caribbean, including the Reflection, will have Perfect Day at Coco Cay as well, which again is a great beach day. I love that Perfect Day at Coco Cay has just 2 ships in for the day, whereas some of the other Caribbean ports, you could have more than 2 ships, right? So for it to be more intimate is really nice. Now let's start with a shorter Caribbean sailing. If you want you could do some back-to-backs, or if you wanted to just do a quicker short itinerary. We do have some 3 and 4 nights that do Key West in the Bahamas, or Key West and Perfect Day, or Bimini and Nassau. So some short ones if you wanted to take advantage of on Reflection and Summit from November of 2025, May. Well, it's actually in the spring as well. So as early as May of 2025 through to April of 2026. We do have 2 ships that stay there in the summer as well. And then we do have some beautiful 6 and 8 nights if you wanted to check out the Eclipse or the Silhouette, round trip Fort Lauderdale, where you're going to have a chance to do an Eastern visiting St. Kitts, Tortola in the British Virgin Islands or Puerto Plata. On the 8th night, you're going to do Labadee, Haiti, Puerto Plata, Dominican, San Juan, Puerto Rico, or St. Martin. And I love the 6th night Cayman in Bahamas, where you're going to go to Bimini, Cozumel, Mexico, and Georgetown, Grand Cayman. But true to my heart is a good Southern Caribbean. I love it. You can do an 8-night Aruba, Bonaire, and Curacao. So you're doing the ABC Islands, round trip Fort Lauderdale, and you got some sea days to enjoy the ship, which is a destination in itself. And these are just teasers for you. There are more itineraries. I can't go through all of them, or we could be talking for 4 hours. But these are some teasers for you. If you're looking for more of Beyond or Apex, we've got Apex out of Port Canaveral doing Puerto Plata, San Juan, St. Kitts. We also have Apex out of Port Canaveral doing Key West, Bimini, Puerto Plata, and Labadee. We have the Celebrity Beyond out of Miami doing Perfect Day at Coco Cay, Cozumel, Grand Cayman, and Falmouth, Jamaica, or the Beyond going Miami, Puerto Plata, St. Thomas, St. Kitts. So lots of choices here for you, depending on what you're looking for. If you're looking for a bit of a longer itinerary, how about a 10, 11 night, even up to a 12 night, some great Southern Caribbean where you're going to do the ABC Islands, or maybe you're going to do St. Martin, St. Lucia, Grenada, Barbados, Antigua. And I absolutely love this 11-night Panama Canal in Southern Caribbean, where you're going to go from Fort Lauderdale, you're going to go to Cartagena, Colombia. You're going to do the Panama Canal. So you're going through the locks. And what they do is they go through a few locks and then they come back out the same side. So you're still getting the full adventure of it to see what the process is like and learning about it. And then you'll do the ABC Islands. We do also have a few itineraries that do the full locks where you go in one side and out the other. Those ships fill fast. So if you're looking for it, make sure you reach out to Vacations for Canadians. And then we have that 11-night Best of Southern Caribbean on the Ascent as well, visiting St. Martin, Antigua, St. Lucia, Barbados, Dominica, and St. Kitts. So these are just some teasers to showcase some of the places you could visit with us in the Caribbean. And what I love about the Caribbean is that there's so much to do. If you are a beach person, house yourself on a beautiful beach every day for as long as you can, or doing water activities, whether it's diving, snorkeling, sailboats, catamarans, shopping and dining, golfing, horseback riding, swimming with dolphins, exploring ruins and colonial churches, climbing waterfalls, exploring caves, and more. So there's always something different for me to do, or I go back to do my favorites when I go back to one of my favorite islands. And it may not be snowing, but I feel like it's coming soon. And it's been dark and dreary, so you want to find yourself more on the right of the screen than the left, right? So Love this picture for sure. All right, are you ready to move? We're going to move to Bermuda, Canada, New England, and some beautiful, unique Greenland and Iceland, because the celebrity Silhouette is doing the Northeast. She's out of Cape Liberty, New Jersey, Reykjavik, Iceland, and Boston. Now, out of Cape Liberty, she's doing beautiful 7-night Bermudas. And I love Bermuda, pink sand beaches, cities to explore, whether it's St. John or Hamilton. I love the zoo there. I love all the water activities. I love the nightlife because you're there for 2 overnights, 3 full days. I think the Crystal Caves, you have to visit that when you're there. There's so much to do. If you haven't yet been to Bermuda, you're missing out. So put that on your bucket list. And then we've added some 12-night Greenland and Iceland and a 7-night Iceland intensive and a 10, 11-night Boston, Maine, and Canada out of Boston. So highlights in our newest itineraries is the round trips out of Reykjavik. And we added a new port. And this is where I get to test my Icelandic pronunciation. And I'm just going to assume none of you are from Iceland, so I'm going to nail it. All right, Djúpivogur, Iceland, home to black sand beaches and the icebergs of Diamond Beach. If we look a little bit more detail at those itineraries, check out that 7-night Bermuda on the left, 3 full days in Bermuda for you to fully explore. And you want to have those 3 days there to explore something different every day. And even the nightlife there, it's absolutely beautiful. Check out that 12-night Greenland and Iceland, where you're going to go from Cape Liberty to Reykjavik, Iceland, or vice versa. And you're going to go to Halifax, Nova Scotia, St. John's, Newfoundland, Qaqortoq, Greenland. You're going to do Prince Christian Sound cruising viewing day, Akureyri, Iceland, Isfjord, Iceland, and Reykjavik, Iceland. Nailed it. All right. And then love the 7-night Iceland intensive. I'm going to really nail it now. Reykjavik, Djúpivogur, say Disfjord, Akureyri, Isfjord, and Reykjavik. I think I got it. All right. And no one's here to tell me elsewise. All right. But what a cool itinerary to do that 7-night Iceland intensive. Iceland is like pickleball. It's the rage right now, right? So, hey, and by the way, you can play pickleball on 9 of our ships. So you could play pickleball in Iceland right now. How about that? And then if you look at the very right there, something unique to do is a fall foliage cruise, a 10-night Boston, Maine, and Canada, a Canada, New England, where you're round trip Boston. You're going to go to St. John, New Brunswick, Charlottetown, Prince Edward Island, have 2 days and overnight in gorgeous Quebec City, and then do Sydney, Nova Scotia, back to Boston. So I love these really unique itineraries. And again, this is from April of 2025 to it is from May of 2025 to April of 2026, depending on what, maybe not the full months between there, but these particular itineraries are situated within that time period. All right, let's move to Europe. I bet you got Europe on the bucket list, right? So we do have some beautiful ships in Europe. Look at the 6 ships in Europe. We have a lot of overnights in Europe as well. And you can book both 2024 and 2025 in Europe right now. And the best ship to do back-to-back-to-backs in Europe is the Equinox in 2025. She's not repeating ports, which is fantastic. We always like to add new ports to our itinerary. So if you are going to do the Norwegian fjords, we've added Trondheim, Norway, a beautiful medieval town with epic fjords, centuries of history, and a thriving food scene. But let's start first with the celebrity Apex. She's doing Northern Europe. She's going to be out of Southampton doing Norwegian fjords and Arctic Circle. Or I love that she does do best of Scandinavia, but she also does have some 11-night Canaries in Portugal. That one really stands out to me. But look at that Norwegian fjord sailing. You're basically gonna do a coastal cruise in Norway doing the fjords, which is one of the most scenic, beautiful things I've ever seen. I've done it, visiting these coastal towns with amazing architecture and color and history, and really enjoy the food and the sights and the culture and be immersed in it, or add in the Arctic Circle there and do a 12-night, and then check out that 11-night Canaries in Portugal, Southampton, Porto, Portugal, Lisbon, Portugal, Gran Canaria, Canary Islands, Tenerife, Canary Islands, Madeira, which is Funchal, Portugal, Vigo, Spain, Southampton. I have been to Funchal, Portugal. Now it's a mountain, like you go right up to the top. And one of the coolest things I've ever done there is my friend and I hopped in a basket, and then they pulled us through a scenic hour drive. They pulled us down the mountain. Literally, it's a basket, and they're pulling you by the rope down the mountain and talking to you about Funchal and Portugal. And it was just one of the most beautiful things I've ever done. So do highly recommend that. All right, let's move on. How about right now, we're looking at Best of Scandinavia, ooh, a 13-night Iceland and Ireland, or a 12-night British Isles. And this is all on the Celebrity Eclipse out of Amsterdam. So I love, though, on the right, the British Isles. You're going to go from Amsterdam to Cork, Ireland, Waterford, Ireland, Holyhead, Wales, Belfast, Northern Ireland, Liverpool, England, Glasgow, Scotland, Letwick, Shetland, Scotland, back to Amsterdam, or in the middle with an overnight in Reykjavik, going round trip Amsterdam, going to Cork, Belfast, again, that overnight in Reykjavik, Isfjord, Akureyri, and then you also have 2 visits in Scotland. Or if you have never done Best of Scandinavia and you go round trip Amsterdam, you're going to Warnemünde, Germany, where you can go into Berlin. You're going to Gdansk, Poland, Visby, Sweden, Tallinn, Estonia, Helsinki, Finland, Stockholm, and Copenhagen. And a lot of those 12 nights also have overnight. So we often overnight in Copenhagen, sometimes Oslo, Norway, sometimes Sweden, and more. So look for those as well. So gorgeous, gorgeous itineraries on the Eclipse Northern Europe. All right, now let's move a little bit to the Med now and see where you can go. So we do have 7-night Italy and French Riviera, depending on how long you want to go for, or we have some beautiful 10-night Italy, Greece, and Croatia, and this is the Celebrity Ascent. So this is where you're going to hit on that 7-night Italy and French Riviera. You're going to do your Barcelona, Spain, your Nice, France, where you're doing Villefranche, Portofino, you're doing La Spezia, which is Florence, Pisa, Rome, which you're out of Civitavecchia, and then Naples, Italy, where I do recommend you go over to the island of Capri. And I love this 10-night Italy, Greece, and Croatia, where you're going to do Corfu and Split and Dubrovnik, Bar, Montenegro, Olympia, Sicily, and Naples as well. So lots of choices here for you to choose from. Moving over, we are now looking at the Italy and Croatia itineraries, which again, just like pickleball in Iceland, Croatia is the rage. This is on the Constellation out of either Rome or Ravenna, Italy, where you're going to do a 7-night Best of Italy and Croatia, or check out that 11-night on the right. You're going from Ravenna, Italy to Rome, or vice versa, and you're going to Zadar, Croatia, Dubrovnik, Split, Croatia, Kotar, Montenegro, Sicily, Italy, Naples, and an overnight in Livorno, where you can go to Florence and Florence and Pisa, sorry, not Lisa, with the Leaning Tower of Pisa, ending in Rome. So gorgeous itineraries here. And again, you could play pickleball in Croatia. They're both the rage right now, right? On our ships. I love that. So let's go to the next ship here. We are now looking at Greek Isles, or an Italian Riviera, or maybe a 9-night Spain, Portugal, and Morocco. And this is on the Celebrity Equinox. And this is the ship that doesn't repeat ports. So you can really, really enjoy lots of back-to-backs on this with a 10-night Greek Isles, Barcelona to Rome. You're going to Mykonos, Greece, Kusadasi, Turkey, and overnight in Istanbul, Santorini, and Kataklon, Greece. Love that 9-night Portugal and Morocco, round trip Barcelona. You're going to visit Cadiz, Spain, have an overnight in Lisbon, go to Porto, Portugal, and Tangier, Morocco, or that gorgeous 9-night Italian Riviera in France. So again, there are more itineraries, but I'm kind of teasing you with some of the ones that you may want to try, but just consult with Vacations for Canadians on which ones work for you. Now, this is the picture behind me. I just wanted to showcase that this could be you on that ship right outside, anchoring outside of Santorini, Greece. There is no dock there. They're not going to build one because truly it would ruin the environment. So we do anchor, we whisk you ashore comfortably, and then you take the cable car up. Now you can take the donkey up as well. In my 20s, I did take a donkey up to the top. I don't think I do that to the donkey now, but it's an adventure. And once you're up there on that cliff overlooking the Mediterranean Sea, it truly is in Greece exactly what you see in the movies and in pictures. It is beautiful, white and blue Greek architecture with cobblestone streets and boutiques and shops and amazing Greek food and great shopping as well. I may have gone a little crazy shopping in Greece myself, but absolutely one of the most beautiful places I've ever seen. You could be on that ship right there. Wanted to show you this too. If you look, like this could be you, because we do have a lot of overnights. So you could be sitting, you don't have to rush back to the ship. You could be sitting at that little cafe. You can see the umbrella in the bottom right. Tina and I are sitting there. We've got you could be you too. You got a glass of vino in your hand. And you know, all the ships have sailed, but you're still there because you have the whole night to enjoy. And the pizza is going to come out of the oven behind you, you know, and it's like, it's going to be the best pizza you ever had. Because when you go to Europe and you have pizza, then you'll never eat Domino's again. again. So you're going to really enjoy this and then go and explore more. That could be you sitting there right on that hillscape looking over this gorgeous view. All right, we're done Europe. I teased you. There's more itineraries. Check them out with Vacations for Canadians. We're moving to Alaska. Woo! If you have Alaska on your bucket list, check it out. We have 3 ships there seasonally, May through September. The Edge is in Alaska, our first Edge series ship. This is doing 7-night round trip Seattle. We also have the Solstice there doing 7-night round trip Vancouver. I am going to be on the Solstice this year in May doing that itinerary. And then we also have the Summit. The Summit is a revolutionized Millennium series ship. So she's basically brand new. And she's going to be doing the northbound, southbound, where you start in Vancouver and you end in Seward, which is near Anchorage, or you can do it the opposite routing. And it is on the Summit that you can then choose to do not just the ocean cruise, but you can do the Alaska cruise tour and partner our 7-night cruise with a land stay anywhere from 2 to 5 nights and extend your vacation time to truly go north into Denali Park, right? And see one of the 7th wonders of the world, you know, and so it's amazing. Mount McKinley and bears and Dall sheep and more glaciers and views and history. So love that. That's an option. You should definitely explore that with your agent. And what I love about Alaska in general is it's absolutely stunning. This is Hubbard Glacier. It's on most of our itineraries. We do either this glacier, Hubbard Glacier, which is in a national park, and we get as close to the ice as the ship, get as close to the glacier as the ice will allow, not the ship will allow, it's up to the ice. And then we will stay there for a viewing day and pivot the ship. So no matter where you're on the ship, you're going to get to have an amazing view of Hubbard Glacier, which is the world's longest tidewater glacier. And it's also the most active. So it's called White Thunder on a local level. So you'll get to see active calving, white calving happening. It's literally amazing. It's every 9 to 10 minutes, white calving is happening and you can hear it and see it. And we're going to talk about the past, present, future of Alaska, and you'll learn all about that as well. We always have lots of enrichment involved. The other glacier we go to is Endicott Arm and Dawes Glacier, which is absolutely stunning as well, where you have to go like 12 miles through Endicott Arms, which is beautiful, to go to Dawes Glacier to have a very similar experience. And here's our Edge itinerary, round trip Seattle. What I like about the Edge series being there is that you could be in an infinite veranda. And in Alaska, you never know what the weather's going to be like. So, you know, if you're outside, you could be a little bit cold. If you happen to get an itinerary where it's cooler, sometimes it can get kind of hot, but it just varies across the board. And on Edge series, you can close your window if you're cool and still look at that view that you're getting from the infinite veranda. I love that. And then we do have the Solstice. This is the 7-night Hubbard Glacier itinerary, but Solstice also does the 7-night Dawes Glacier. So depending on which one you want to do. And I love that they go to Icy Strait Point, because I feel like when you go to Alaska, yes, you can go to the popular ports, the Juneaus, the Ketchikan's, the Skagways, but Icy Strait Point's cool. It's a local, authentic Alaskan town. I just think it's one of the coolest places I've ever been and well worth visiting. But 2 great itineraries to choose from there. And then on the Summit, you can do the northbound, southbound, and you are going to go further north up to Seward near Anchorage as well. And this one does go to Sitka as well on one of them, or Icy Strait Point on the other, both being that small, local, authentic experience that I love about Alaska. I do think you should plan to do some excursions while you're there, because it is really just a great exploration outdoors style, whether you want to go, you know, jet boat cruising to sea, or whale watching, or dog sledding, or, glacier trekking, seaplaning, whatever it is you want to do, the rail. You want to go and explore on that route. But when you do have a little bit of time to wander around these little cities or towns, do wander into an Alaska saloon, okay? Because those are really cool as well, and have a local Alaskan ale, because that's well worth it when you're there as well. And here is that Alaska cruise tour. So extend the 7-night to an extra 2 to 6 days, pre or post, depending on the direction you're going. And you'll have a dedicated tour director on the land portion. You'll have a deluxe motor coach experience and the Wilderness Express, which you can see in the picture here at the back of the train, fully 5-star domed experience. I've been on it. It's phenomenal. And you'll stay in the finest local lodges, authentic local lodges, Some of our competitors might own their own lodges, but they're pretty far away from the city. We use local authentic lodges and hotels that are typically 5 to 10-minute distance into the city. So it's nice because the excursions on the land portion, when you do a cruise tour with us, are included during the day. And then you have optional excursions if you want to purchase them in the evening. Some people will explore on their own and they get to walk into the city. Others will do an evening excursion. An example would be when I was there, I did whitewater rafting in Denali. Okay, so how cool was that? And I did it from 8:30 to 11:30 at night because it doesn't get dark in Alaska till midnight. So it's like, you know, you have a lot of sun when you're there in the summer, which is nice. And I will say Tina's going. She's booked to go on our Alaska cruise tour fam. So she's going to be able to come back and talk all about it. So you'll be able to reach out to her. And then every cruise tour includes Denali and a ride on the Wilderness Express as well, taking you into Denali or into Fairbanks. And if you know, we have 13 different cruise tour options. If you want the history, choose one that includes Fairbanks because you're going to go the furthest north. You're going to pan for gold, and you're going to get really immersed in all the history of Alaska in that way. And we do have some premium Alaska cruise tours as well. So look out for those because you can get some upgraded hotels, unlimited drinks on the train, and breakfast in all the hotels, and have your tips included as well on certain cruise tours. So Vacations for Canadians can help you with that. All right, we're moving to more exotics. We're going to Australia, New Zealand, South Pacific. Like it says, our Australia, New Zealand, South Pacific bookings are open till April 2026. You can be at a Sydney, Auckland, or Honolulu doing 11, 12, or 13-night New Zealand, a 13 or 14-night Fiji in New Zealand, an 11-night Great Barrier Reef. Ooh, how about an 18-night Tahitian Treasures, or an 8 or 9-night Australian wine? All right, so these are just some teasers. If you want to go down under and explore, round trip Sydney, 13-night New Zealand, stopping in all of those different New Zealand ports. And a lot of people, when they go, you could just do one cruise, but if you have the time, stay for a second. And the second one could focus, like the first one could be New Zealand, the second one could be South Pacific, or maybe it's Australia focused, and you can kind of mix it up. I do see a lot of people do back-to-backs or back-to-back-to-backs. And then look at this 13-night Fiji in New Zealand, where you're going from Auckland round trip and you're going to Fiji and the Fiji Islands and Samoa. Love that. Or on the very right, that 11-night Great Barrier Reef round trip Sydney. You're going to go to Brisbane. You're going to go to Arley Beach. You're going to go to Cairns, Australia, overnight, 2 days there. Port Douglas, Australia, and do Willis Island, which is a cruising, scenic experience. I fell in love with Cairns, Australia when I was there because I did work on a cruise ship for 4 months hovering Australia. And honestly, it was phenomenal. When I went to Cairns, Australia, I did a rainforest tour. So I was there on an overnight and I went through a rainforest tour and I canopied through the trees. This was in my 20s, but still canopied through the trees, did an amazing wildlife tour there. And then you end up visiting all the wildlife. And what amazed me is that it's not like the Toronto Zoo, you know, they're not behind any fences. Like they're right there with you. Like the kangaroos are standing beside you, you know, and the koalas are right there in a tree. And you can look at them and see them, you know, and they're all around you, the wallabies and so on. So I found that really amazing. And they took a picture of me when I was there with a kangaroo, and the kangaroo was taller than me at the time. And it was like, they handed me an 8.5 by 10 of me and a kangaroo. And so, you know, this is going back like 25 years. And I handed my dad the picture and he framed it and put it on his wall. It's still on his wall to this day. And if you go into my dad's house, he'll say, hey, do you want to see a picture of my daughter and her boyfriend? So that's like a real story about me and a kangaroo as a true memory of just thoroughly enjoying Cairns, Australia. You got to go down under and visit Australia and New Zealand and the South Pacific in your lifetime. Put it on the list for sure. How about an Australia wine? If you want beautiful, beautiful wine tours and vineyards and Sydney to Hobart, Tasmania, Kangaroo Island, Adelaide, Melbourne is a fantastic cruise for you. Or we do have some Tahitian treasures where you're going to be able to go from Honolulu to Sydney or vice versa. And a lot of people will do this Tahitian treasures and then they stay and do the Hawaiian cruise, or they stay and then do an Australia or a New Zealand cruise as well. So these are ones that people will often do a back-to-back or stay in that destination at the end or the beginning. So that's where you can do a great pre or post. Very popular 18-night Tahitian treasures. Now, if you do want to do the Hawaiian portion, we do it seasonally, typically April, September, or October, where we're going from Honolulu to Vancouver or Vancouver to Honolulu. And depending on which one you want to do, we are going to have some sea days in there, but I love a sea day because maybe you're like me and probably like Tina. We put a lot into our careers and our job and our families. And then when we go on vacation, we really want to enjoy. So the sea days are great. You get to relax and then you get to explore all these great ports. So we do have a lot of overnights. They're highlighted in green, whether it's in Kona, the big island of Honolulu and Oahu, or Hilo. But you do get to do the island hoppings and do a little exploration in Vancouver as well on the Solstice or the Edge here. Now, let's go to South America. If that's on your bucket list, we have some great 14-night Patagonias in Argentina, round trip Buenos Aires, where you get to explore Montevideo, Uruguay, Port Stanley, Falkland Islands. You're going to go through the Cape Horn in Chile. There's a whole ceremony. Ushuaia, Argentina, the Straits of Magellan, Punta Arenas, Chile, Puerto Madryn, Argentina, and Punta del Este, Uruguay. These are beautiful places to explore. Really amazing culture that you're immersed in South America, and learning about the history and the landscape, and all of it is so cool. The creatures are really great, like all the penguins, just fell in love with them. And then they're really when I went there in my 20s was the first time I'd ever been introduced to sangria. So I tell you, you got to have some sangria when you go to South America. It's some of the best in the world. Now, we also do have some 14-night Antarcticas, round trip Buenos Aires. If Antarctica's on your bucket list, we get as close as the ice will allow, and you get some great scenic viewing and photos and landscapes to enjoy. And then there are always repositionings as well. When we reposition a ship, whether it's through a transatlantic, whether it's a Trans-Pacific, or this one, which is like a Lisbon to Buenos Aires, there's some cool itineraries to be had where we go to Canary Islands in Brazil in this case. So look for those as well. All right, we're moving to Asia. Are you ready? So again, our Asia itineraries are out until April 2026. We actually have 2 ships there, and one of them is there year round. It's the Millennium, and she's fully revolutionized. She's basically brand new. Out of Tokyo, Singapore, Mumbai, Bangalore, Hong Kong. How about a 12-night Best of Japan, a 14-night India, Sri Lanka, and Thailand, a 12-night Bali, Malaysia, and Thailand, or a 12-night Thailand and Vietnam? Immerse yourself in Asia. Landscapes, the dining would be amazing. The culture, look at this, and lots of overnights. So if you're looking at the Millennium doing that 12-night Best of Japan, round trip Tokyo, look at all the Japan ports you're going to visit, but also visiting South Korea, and an overnight in Kobe. Or a Celebrity Millennium doing a 14-night India, Sri Lanka, and Thailand, with an overnight in Penang, Malaysia, Cochin, India, and Mumbai. Or look at that Bali, Malaysia, and Thailand, with an overnight in Phuket and Penang. And you can do these back to back as well, but beautiful itineraries to truly discover there. And you could do a Thailand and Vietnam, where you would be in Singapore, you'd be going to Thailand and have an overnight in Bangkok. You're going to Ho Chi Minh City. You're doing Vietnam with an overnight in Hanoi. And I love that. Who doesn't want to do one night in Bangkok, right? There you go. I love that. Should we break into song now? Okay, I love that. Now, next destination is my last, and it is the Galapagos, because we do have 3 ships there year round. It is on the equator, so it is a destination that's beautiful to visit year round, and you are up close and personal with these unique creatures in the Galapagos. because they have had to basically adapt to their islands. They're very, very unique. And I have had the pleasure of being there, and so has most of the Vacations for Canadians team, for that matter. So there I am in the video. That's me. Can you tell? All right. This is my 30-second teaser of the creatures you'll see in the Galapagos. But because you are working with a team of people who know this destination so well, they will agree with me that you have to put it on your bucket list. You got to go. Once you go once, you're probably going to want to go back as well. And you are so up close and personal with these land and sea creatures, unique fauna and landscapes. And it's just blows you away. They're not afraid of humans, the creatures. So you're up close and personal. They're not allowed to touch you. You're not allowed to touch them. They're allowed to touch you. So this is just my little teaser video.
Oh, it's a beautiful day. Oh, don't let it slip away. Time that you walked out that door. Tell me what you're waiting for. It's a beautiful day. It's a beautiful day. Oh yeah, I know.
All right. Now I could play a whole hour video, but I'm just teasing you with 30 seconds because it is incredible. We offer 10, 11, and 16 night packages where you fly into Quito, Ecuador, and spend 2 nights there exploring this beautiful colonial city, staying in the 5-star Marriott hotel where the meals and the tours are included. So you're going to explore Quito, which is incredible, and enjoy empanadas and Ecuadorian drinks and food. And then we're going to take you to the equator, where you're going to walk on the equator line, which is very cool to say you've done, and take pictures and see the Equator Museum and learn about that. And then we're going to fly you to Quito, Ecuador. Sorry, then we're going to fly you to Baltra. I apologize. From Quito, we're going to fly you to Baltra, where you're going to join one of 3 ships and do a 7-night Galapagos cruise. And you'll do 2 excursions per day, and all your beverages and gratuities and onboard programming and excursions are included, led by the naturalists of the national park there. And all the snorkeling equipment, binoculars, internet, entrance fees are all included. So it's absolutely amazing. Now, the ship you see in the picture here is the one that Tina and I have both sailed on. We went at different times, and it's incredible. It is 50 suites. It is the most luxurious ship there. So 100 people total. It's a small ship, 50 suites. It is one of the 4-star Forbes Travel Guide rated ships, and you'll be well taken care of. It has a yacht, like you see that little marina in the back, which is great. So it's a really nice ship to walk right off onto the tender to whisk you ashore. So you're going to be really busy enjoying the ship itself and the Galapagos. I also spent some time in the hot tub. In between excursions, I would go into the hot tub, and it was fun. I kept meeting all these interesting people, like in between the shore excursions. A lot of people would go and nap, and I would go to the hot tub and read a book or enjoy the view. And I would talk to all these people who would hop in the hot tub. And I met so many unique people. And one day I want to write a book, people I've met in a hot tub. But what a great ship. We also have a 48 passenger ship. So just 24 rooms, mostly verandas with a few suites, called the Celebrity Expedition. And then we have a mini luxury yacht, which is just 16 passengers, called the Celebrity Exploration. So depending on how intimate of a ship you want, we can put you on any of those 3 ships, all included 10, 11, or 16 night. If you choose to do the 16 night, you're going to do your post stay is going to be all about Machu Picchu. So you're going to do Lima, Peru, the Sacred Valley, Cusco, and Lima, and everything's included, fully escorted exclusive tours, park entrance fees, gratuities, meals, luxury train to Machu Picchu. So this is on my bucket list. Now that I've done an 11-night package to the Galapagos, I need to do the Machu Picchu. Maybe I'll do that with you, Tina. Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah. There you go. All right. So love that. Put that on your list. Now, we are offering 20% savings on our 10, 11, and 16 night packages, and we will help you get to Quito, Ecuador. We have an Air on Us offer where we cover up to $750 US. I think it's around $980 Canadian with the conversion right now, give or take a few dollars. If the air costs more, you just pay the difference. If you want a higher class of service, you just pay the difference. If you want to arrange your own air, you can do that. And instead, what we give you is a $500 per person discount. So there is a better savings on the air when you book the air with us, because again, it's up to $980 Canadian or $750 US. And then if you are elite level or higher, we do have some savings as well with Celebrity for our loyalty program for the Galapagos. So ask your vacations for Canadians consultants about the Galapagos. They can send you videos, pictures, they can tell you about their personal experience and why you want to book this incredible bucket list destination. All right, so we have gone through all of our destinations. So now I want to just mention that at Celebrity, outside of the Galapagos, which is a fully different style package, everywhere else that we go, we do offer some choices for you depending on how you want to book. So the most popular in Canada is all included, where you get your classic drink package and your Wi-Fi included. But we do offer a cruise only rate as well. The cruise only just doesn't include the beverage and the Wi-Fi. So depending on how you prefer to book, that's an option for you. Now, Vacations for Canadians will have exclusive rates, group rates that they lock in that you as a couple or you as people traveling in a small group can book into. You don't need to be a group to book into them, but they lock exclusive rates in where it's all included. So it would include the classic drink package and the basic Wi-Fi. Then we also have the retreat, which is our suite category, and it includes the premium drinks, the premium Wi-Fi, and all of the retreat exclusive amenities as well. So we've given you the choices on how you want to book. I'm going to talk to you now about 3 layers of our offers that you can take advantage of. So if you're booking a prevailing rate with us through Vacations for Canadians, we do offer up to 75% off the second guest. Okay, so that's an option for you. And then you're going to speak with your Vacations for Canadians consultant. And then on select days, we do have bonus savings on top of it as well. So they're going to book you on the best day to give you the best savings as well. So that's our semi-annual sale, our wave offer. If Vacations for Canadians has any exclusive rates, those exclusive group rates that you can take advantage of, they will also be able to give you those extra savings that up to 280 Canadian or 200 US savings are combinable with their exclusive rate. So they're going to find you the best deal based on that. Okay, so that's our wave offer there. And because they have amazing exclusive rates, their group rates, they're going to be able to give you the best rates there. If they offer those on select sailings, they are often anywhere from $50 to $1,000 better than booking direct with Celebrity. So you really want to take advantage of them, okay? Because booking direct with us isn't going to give you the best price. You want to support Vacations for Canadians to give you the best prices. If you are going to depart in 2024, we do have right now that you would, if for their group rates, for their exclusive rates on those select sailings, and they'll be able to tell you which sailings they have, you'll include the gratuities, the Wi-Fi, and the classic beverage package. If you're departing in 2025 or 2026, your classic drink package and your Wi-Fi will be included. But if you prefer to have gratuities included, they can package that in, or we're giving you the choice in 2025 and 2026. If you prefer to pay it on board, you can do that. And believe me, I talk to a lot of people. There's a lot of people that like to pay them on board instead. So we've now given the choice of, do you want to bundle it in at the beginning when you book before you cruise, or do you want to pay them on board for gratuities for those sailings in 2025 and 2026? And it's only for exclusive group rates for 2024 that we do include those gratuities. So just make sure you speak to your Vacations for Canadians consultant, and they'll give you, again, the best deal. And here's layer 3. So layer 1, by the way, that's like the vanilla ice cream, right? This is the strawberry, and here's the chocolate layer. So I have a show offer for you for Vacations for Canadians, exclusive to them, from today through March 18th. If you book a Veranda or higher, I'm going to also throw in an additional $100 onboard credit. It's for all new bookings, Veranda and higher, on sailings up to April 30th, 2026. It's not combinable with Galapagos because, unfortunately, there's really nothing you can much buy on board on the Galapagos. They don't give you we can't do onboard credits. It's not combinable with any onboard bookings like the Cruise Now or Cruise Laters. And the other rate code it's not combinable with is Exciting Deals, which is really close in last minute deals if we ever have them. But it's combinable with all the other offers, whether you're doing no perk or all included, whether you're doing an exclusive group rate with Vacations for Canadians, and the 75% off, the extra savings, it's all combinable with even resident rates. We're going to let you combine this with as well. If on select sailings we have any bonus savings for seniors or resident rates, we'll combine it with that as well. So just make sure you get booked. What can you do with that $100? You can use it towards the spa. That's what I do. You can go shopping in the gift shop, shore excursion, specialty dinner, casino, and more. So just a little bonus, a little cherry, a little chocolate level cherry on top for you when you book for Vacations for Canadians over the next 2 weeks. So take advantage of that. All right. I thought I would do some questions and a prize, a giveaway. So should we do the prize first, Tina? And then take some questions?
Actually, first, let's bring up the Facebook comment again, just because I know a lot of people joined the Facebook event after you had said it the first time.
Yep. So if you are listening live on Facebook right now, please make a comment in the Facebook comment section of the live event that's been shared. Something that you love about Celebrity Cruises, and Tina and her team are going to choose one winner, and you'll get a $50 Ombre credit on your next Celebrity Cruise. If you could already booked it, or you might book it soon, we'll add it to that booking. So a $50 bonus for someone who writes a positive comment in the comment section of this live Facebook feed. So thank you for bringing that up, Tina. And do you want to do the prize first, or do you want to answer the questions?
Let's do the prize.
Okay, perfect. So I am going to give away an additional $100 Ombre credit to someone. So that's on top of the bonus Ombre credit. Like if you take advantage of the show offer, you'll get an additional $100. And I'm just going to put all the names of people who are live right now into the randomizer. I don't know if that's actually the name of it. I'm just going to call it a randomizer, and choose a winner. Okay, so the winner is, drum roll.
Hold on, Sandra. Hold on.
Yep.
I'm going to add $100 onto that.
Ooh, okay, so a $200 Ombre credit. Ooh, that's nice. Okay, so then if you book with this show offer, you'd have $300 in Ombre credit and take advantage of some of their exclusive group rates and also the savings offer that we have going on right now. Okay, the winner is Janine Breathet. Hopefully I pronounced it right. Janine Breathet, congratulations. You are the winner of a $200 Ombre credit on your next Celebrity Cruise. Woohoo!
There she is.
Nice. Oh, good. All right, so reach out to your team and they'll reach out to me with a booking number. All right, so let's go ahead and answer any of questions that might have appeared. You can put them in the chat. The questions are good. I am seeing that I love the onboard staff.
Can I talk for a few minutes?
Yeah. Do it. Go for it.
Okay. So we've been reluctant to share Celebrity and other cruise lines as well, the 25-26 itineraries. And I just want to give everybody a little bit of a sneak peek into what is going on at Vacations for Canadians right now. So we have some really exciting changes and things looking forward into our future. So I just want to give you all the heads up of what's going on. So we are actually heading into a new course, and we are transitioning ourselves away from our host agency, which is NextGen, and we're becoming independent under our own TICO number. So we are actually TICO certified now, but under NextGen, and we are in the process of becoming our own TICO certified agency. So for those of you that don't know what TICO is, that's the Travel Industry Council of Ontario. And it actually is set up to protect consumers. You don't have to live in Ontario, but because our agency is in Ontario, we do have to be under TICO, but you all benefit from it no matter where you live in Canada. So what you should know about this is while we're going to have some changes in the background and some in the foreground that you're going to see, we are not going to change any of our service levels. We are known for being cruise industry experts, known for having great deals, and known for having amazing customer service, and none of that is going to change. So what I need you guys to know is any bookings after May 1st, 2025, we are going to be booking those under our new agency, which is still Vacations for Canadians, but it will be under a different TICO registration. So our application is pending. I have been talking to TICO every day for almost the last 4 months. We are at the very last stage, but we aren't quite there yet. So what I need you to know is reach out to your agent right after this event and get the process started. But we won't be able to book you until we get that registration number. That's for May 1st, 2025 and later, because we are holding our group space in our new agency. But it's imminent. It should be any time now. And we very much appreciate your understanding and patience with this. But other than that, there should be no glitches. We are going to make sure that, you know, you are still fully taken care of. I just seen a question from Linda. Is the website going to change? So going forward, we're actually going to have a secondary website, and more information is going to come out over the next couple of weeks about how we are going to be running our agency going forward, because our change from Nexion Canada to being an independent under TECO isn't going to happen overnight. It's going to be a long process, but that's for us to worry about. We'll worry about the logistics. You just keep coming back to us, and we are still going to get you those fantastic group rates with Celebrity and great customer service with our fantastic agents. So if you guys have any questions about the Celebrity itineraries, Sandra's happy to answer them. Any questions about what's going on with TECO, maybe just shoot me an email, and I'm happy to answer them, or shoot your agent an email and they'll be happy to answer that as well. Okay, thanks everybody.
Perfect. Thank you so much, everyone. The only thing I will mention is a lot of people were asking about the Galapagos offer. The 20% savings and the Aranas got extended until May 31st on all of the ships for all of our deployment. So that is definitely still out there and available. So Matt was asking about that from the Silhouette. I love that. He's got 2 clients on there interested. So, and also what Tina mentioned from you guys, I don't think you'll feel any difference. There'll be no difference for you on how Vacations for Canadians get you booked, but she's just giving you the inside scoop on what's happening. So if we need to tweak the booking window of the show offer, we can do that based on when you can get them booked as well. Okay. All right. So thank you so much for joining us, everyone. Tina, thank you for inviting me, and for all of your team, for all your hard work, for being advocates and great supporters of Celebrity Cruises. We appreciate you. We appreciate all your clients as well. Have a great evening, everyone. And thank you once again.
Thank you so much, Sandra, for spending another night with us and for offering us these amazing deals and these amazing sailings with Celebrity Cruises.
Thank you.
Bye now.